Hey bosses, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about 4 best ways to invest in real estate in 2022. Hey bosses, welcome back to Show Me the Money, the segment of my channel where I talk to you about ways to invest your money, especially in real estate, which is the area that I'm focused on. And today is January 20th. It's time to talk about how can you invest your money in real estate in this new year. There's a lot of things that you can do with your money, and I always tell my clients that basically there's 2 ways to invest in real estate. Either you invest for growth, where you're going to make money on the resale of a property, or you invest in passive income, where you're receiving monthly or periodically some kind of money for the investment that you made. And today we are living in a period of time that everything is good. It's good for growth because there's a lot of demand for purchase, and it's good for rentals because there's a lot of demand also. As the properties get more expensive, not everybody has the resources to buy those properties, so they start renting those properties in very good areas, just like here in Miami, where it's growing a lot. So that's why I wanted to put this video together, so you know exactly what's the best project for you. And the first thing that I want to talk about is pre-construction projects. As I told you, sometimes we invest for growth, sometimes we invest for rentals. And the first real estate investment that I want to talk about is pre-construction projects. Since 2014, this is the first time, starting last year, that we have a huge offering of new constructions. And that's good because there's a lot of demand here in South Florida. The inventory of ready to purchase homes and condos, let's put this way, has gone down dramatically after COVID. So there's not a lot of units available for people that want to live here. So that creates opportunity for those who want to move here in the future and can start planning now. So investing in pre-construction projects, it's good because number one, it's an easy way to schedule your payments. Usually the developers have a great schedule of payments during the construction with 10% down, and then 10% when the construction starts, and then 10% once the project gets to your floor or some kind of progress during the construction, and the last one on the top off. And you're talking about between 40 to 50% of deposit during the construction, and that's throughout 4 or 5 years depending on the size of the project. So it's a great way to start in real estate because you put a low down payment and you have time to figure out all the other payments, including the finance at the end if that's what you're going to do. The second reason that is good to invest in pre-construction projects is because they usually have better price. The developers, to incentivize people to purchase the units even before the construction starts, they need to give some kind of benefit for those buyers, and that benefit comes in terms of price. Usually those prices are 10, 15, even 20% less than what those property would cost if they were ready to go. Because of that, and that's the third reason, you have better appreciation potential because you're buying a property with a lower price than you would buy if they were ready. You have more room to grow on your assets, on whatever money you put down during this construction. At the end, it's most likely that you're going to be able to resell the property if that's your goal, to just flip it with more for more money than you purchase. So that's the third reason. The fourth reason is lower down payments. As I told you, because of the better payment schedule, usually developers just put 10% down. Sometimes they are asking even 5% down. So people buy those properties even before the construction. And the reason that they do that, it's because most of the big high rises that we have here in Brickell, in downtown Miami, in the beaches, or anywhere in America, the developers use banking finance. They use money from the bank to build those buildings, and usually the bank requires that they have pre-sales agreement already in place so they can release the funds to buy those constructions, and that's why there's a lot of incentives to buy pre-construction projects. And the fifth reason is lower maintenance and repairs. If you think about the cost of running a property, if you buy an older property, of course you're going to have more investment to be made or costs to be made in terms of repairs and maintenance. A pre-construction project, because it's a brand new property, of course you're going to spend less money on that. It's just like buying a car. You buy an old car and then you need to change the brake fluid, the brake pads, the tires, or whatever. In a property is the same thing. You buy a property with 20, 30, 50-year-old property, you're going to have to do maintenance. And a property that was just built and delivered probably will have low or none. So those are the reasons you should invest in pre-construction projects. The second one is multifamily properties. And as I told you, right now there's a high demand for rents, especially in metro areas like Miami. And I'm talking about Miami, Austin, Dallas, Orlando, even I don't know, Tennessee. There's a lot of demand for rentals because people are moving south and there's not enough inventory available for them to purchase, so they are renting. And that's why multifamily properties are a great way to make money, because you're going to make money twice. Number one, you're going to buy that property. Probably you're going to have to do some renovation on it if you are going to look for that kind of property. And with that, you're going to be able to increase the rent. And by increasing the rent, you're going to increase also the value of that property. So you're making money on growth because you're going to purchase this for $1 million, going to put $200,000, and potentially you're going to sell that for 1.7 million, 1.8, 1.9 million dollars. And also you can make money on the rentals if you don't want to sell it. Just keep receiving money on your mail every single month. So those are the main reasons to invest in multifamily properties at this moment. But also you have diversity of source of income in just one address. Instead of having one person paying you rent, you have several people, several families paying you rent every month. Meaning if one person doesn't pay you the rent, you can make money with the other ones, and that's not going to be a problem for your cash flow. And also because you have that spread of people, you're going to reduce your vacancy rate. Meaning, if you have one single family home or one apartment and you rent it and that person leaves, you have 100% of vacancy rate. Now, if you have a multifamily property and you have 20 people, 2 people leave, you still have 18 people paying for your rent, so you reduce your vacancy risk. Also, it's easier to get finance to buy a multifamily property because the bank actually puts in your income that rents that are going to be generated in that multifamily property. So sometimes the banks don't even want to see your financials, they don't care, but they want to know how much money that property makes, so that property can pay for itself. You have tax benefit. Everything that you put in that property and every cost you have to run that property, you're going to abate from your taxes. And of course, for me, is one of the best one. You have protection against recessions. When we see the numbers for rentals since 1930, during recessions, usually the rents go up because people just can't afford mortgage or they cannot buy property, and they start renting, elevating the demand, and of course elevating your yield. The third investment that you can make, but it's good because we are talking about 2022, not always is going to be that, is single family homes for short-term rentals. And I say single family homes for one simple reason, because it has less cost to operate than an apartment. If you have an apartment, you need to pay association fees. Usually you have to pay fees every time a tenant come in or a guest come in, and on single family homes you don't have that. It's much easier to manage a single family home for Airbnb or VRBO or booking or short-term rental than it is for a property located inside a condominium. It might be a condo unit, an apartment, or it can be a house inside a condominium. If you want to do that, just look for single family homes in areas that allow Airbnb or short-term rentals. And the last one is fix and flip. Yes, there's still room for fix and flips, but go to the luxury homes. And why I say that? Because a luxury homes takes about 18 to 24 months to be built, and the demand is super high, especially in areas just the ones that I said before, Miami, Dallas, Austin, Houston, where developers cannot build at the same pace that people want to buy. So you may want to buy an older property, just renovate it and sell it with a profit. And usually, based on my experience, luxury homes, they are better maintained if you are buying a used one than affordable homes. So you're going to have to do less work and you have less things to concern about. You probably are going to do just what we call cosmetics, changing the tiles, changing the ceilings, meaning taking the popcorn ceiling and put just a regular ceiling and a painting, and probably changing the fixtures. And that's a quick flip that you can do the construction in 1 to 2 months, and you can sell it super fast, making a lot of money. So if you're thinking about investing in real estate in 2022, try one of those 4 opportunities, and if you have anything different than that, let me know.